Listen, it's a lot going on in the world. And some of it is just a big distraction. I'm going to just keep it a book. I know I talk a lot about the BG wealth sharing journey, surviving BG wealth sharing, and, pivoting to skill sets, assets, and access. But it's a reason behind it. Because if a person is only telling you about all of the negativity that's going on, but not providing solutions to those issues, then they're just kind of wasting your time. What's the point of bringing you to a point of knowing all of this stuff is going on, but not having a solution? Just broadcasting. I never did really like that. Like, a person could be so educated on, hey, this is going on, this is going on. They're reporting all this negative stuff. Now it's putting it in your mind. And if you understand the power of your mind and how you create with your mind, you imagining things, thinking things that also bring it into fruition, then that's not good for the individual. But if that person can say, hey, this is what's going on, but here's some potential solutions and why, it at least positions you to move in a direction versus just having all of this unnecessary news in your mind and you can't do nothing with it other than fear it, or try to come up with your own. It doesn't make sense. I said all that to say this. There's some of the brains of the world that are under attack or in the control of others. What do I mean? Technology, when it comes to technology and all of these data centers and things of that nature, is functioning off of little chips, lots of little chips. Now, I was listening to this video. I'm not sure if you know who Chris Cuomo is, but I want to keep it very simple because some of that don't matter. The details of things don't necessarily matter. But it's these chips that are made, and a huge amount of these chips are made in Taiwan. Well, there's a lot of things going on as it relates to China, as it relates to the U.S., as it relates to Trump going over to China. And, we thinking it's for one thing. It's all about the oil. It's all about this. It ain't just necessarily the oil. The oil is, the oil. But these chips control a big part of where things are going on in the future in terms of the data centers, the devices that we use, AI, all of these things, the phones, in the military. It is connected to everything to the point where if somebody got control of that or shut that down, things can shut down in a big way instantly. All of the things that we know and love and have grown to love in a sense of, technology will be gone instantly. So this is why it's important for you to understand some of the ways of old, growing things. I won't get into the details of that, but just understanding how to have self-sustainability, understanding that is going to be very important. But from an asset standpoint, based on what I've talked about before, why is it important for you to have certain assets? Well, if you understand what I just said, and you look into how Taiwan and the chip situation can get ugly, you can probably do one search and you can see some things that will paint the picture of what I'm saying. But then I want you to understand why I'm telling you to consider this particular asset. So when it comes to the asset that I've recommended previously, some people may wonder, why you're not just saying buy Bitcoin, because there's certain Bitcoin maximalists that just say Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Listen, I believe in the future of Bitcoin because there's enough people who believe in it, and it's the people who believe in the thing that gives it this power anyway. Same with the money that we carry, which is really like monopoly money when you think about it. But if enough people believe that it has value, then it has value. So enough people believe that Bitcoin has value at this point, to the point where it does have value. Now, of course, I know it's on the blockchain. It's only a certain amount of them made, all of that. But the people's belief is the main thing that gives it power. If enough people didn't believe in it, then it wouldn't even matter anyway, no matter how good it is on the blockchain. It takes the belief of people. That's what a true power is. That's what a true wealth is in the hands of people. So we got more power than we realize. However, when it comes to Bitcoin, it's pretty much controlled or trapped by the chip. So if the chip, because when you think about all of the data mining centers and things that people are doing to mine Bitcoin, is based on data. It's based on, technology. And a lot of that is centered around chips. And those chips can go all the way back to Taiwan, which is what I was talking about initially. However, when I mentioned XRP, it's more so built off grid. And that changes things because it's not needing new chips. It's already built and positioned for if anything was to happen in terms of shutdown, chips, whatever the case may be. It's already in position. So that's just another reason to consider owning that asset of XRP based on how it's positioned already off grid. In other words, all of the XRP that is going to exist already exists. So it doesn't need any new mining, new chips to create the future XRP like Bitcoin does. Bitcoin, all of them is not into existence because people are mining and cracking codes and figuring out ways to produce more Bitcoin. That's how Bitcoin continues. XRP already has all of the, coins necessary already in existence. It's already there. It's already established. And it already has the infrastructure so that if things go dark elsewhere, it can still remain online because it has its own sovereignty. That's powerful when you understand that. And even if you don't understand that, just think about it from an angle of, okay, XRP it has use case, it has utility, it's helping large entities move money, and it has some sovereignty, and it's the only one that's went through the ups and downs and the lawsuits and won. I might want to have some of that in my portfolio, a lot of that in my portfolio, or continue to add that to my portfolio. Whatever your perspective is, that's just the angle I'm taking and the things that I'm thinking about as I read the news and pay attention to what benefits when this thing leads to some level of detriment. Because in every chaotic situation, there's always something that thrives in that situation. You just have to pay attention to the possibilities of something going bad and what would be there to serve as a solution. And XRP is in position to do just that. In conclusion, I don't want you investing in something when I consider investing in an asset just based on hype or emotion. Take the hype out of it, because anybody can say, hey, I'm predicting this to do that, or everybody is killing it in this thing or winning. Listen, and then it gets your emotions tied into it. I don't want you to base it off emotions or base it off hype. I want you to base it off of logic, things that are going on, things that are happening. And if you don't know certain things, educate yourself on these things. Somebody, in the comments asked the question, hey, how do you buy XRP? Okay. Sometimes I speak from an angle of assuming that people know. I assume that, okay, if you were in BG World Sharing, you were able to buy crypto and move crypto, you at least know about other cryptos, so you probably know how to buy it. That's an assumption on my end based on me thinking a lot of people know. Most people don't know. But you can find out. So start looking into certain things, and it may be certain things that I may share on here that, are, at a place to where anybody can, this is how you buy XRP, but I feel like those videos already exist. It's nothing there. If you already got a crypto platform, then you can just push a button and buy it. Then it gets deeper because you want to have your crypto stored somewhere else, not just on these crypto exchanges, because, if you don't own the keys, then it's not your cheese. In other words, when you move it to your own wallet, it's just like you having your own wallet, your own purse. That's yours. Somebody got to break into it in order to get access to it. But if you have your own wallet, it's set keys that allow you to get access to it. Those keys should only be available, or you should be the only one who knows where those keys are to access it. That's what protects it and makes it yours. That way, if the exchange does something finicky and they want to hold on to, they want to lock out certain coins from being released, then there's nothing you can do, because they really own those coins. They just have them appearing in your portfolio, but they control the movement of it if they decided they wanted to lock a certain amount of them down. But if you move it to your own exchange, then you control the movement of it, and that's where you need to be. So it's levels to it, but at least you want to get in position. And one of the first steps is grabbing some of it off the exchange, if you could do so. Not financial advice, but I just want you to be thinking about things, because there's a lot of things happening. Some is just noise. Some is just a distraction. Some is just, armed with good intent. Some has ill intent. And you just have to be a person who can still think for yourself while it's still free to do so. Mr. Smith signing out. Salute.